Disney is making a unique move to further its involvement in OpenAI. The House of Mouse will offer up more than 200 iconic Disney-owned characters for use in fan-made videos. To sort out all those details and exactly what that means, we are joined by CNET's Katelyn Chedraoui. Katelyn, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I'm sure this popped up on people's phones. They were scrolling and reading in the paper, and they're like, wait, Disney did what? So let's start from the beginning and talk about this deal between Disney and OpenAI.
Sure. Disney and OpenAI, which makes ChatGPT and Sora, have struck a deal to bring over 200 of Disney's most iconic characters to OpenAI's products. Disney is also making a $1 billion equity investment in OpenAI and will become a major customer of the company. That means that Sora and ChatGPT users will be able to make AI images and videos featuring recognizable Disney characters without having to worry about any potential copyright infringement issues.
Okay, and when we're talking about access to characters for these videos, we're talking about characters from Star Wars, we're talking about Marvel, we're talking about Pixar. How would this change the landscape of movie making? And it might be early to really be able to say, but just curious, how will it change the landscape of movie making? That's my first question.
Yeah, this deal is definitely something that Disney and AI fans can get excited about. I think this is maybe not big breaking news for creative professionals, and I'll tell you why. Sora is really a fun meme TikTok-like app. It's a very powerful video generation model that's helping things run behind the scenes. But there are a lot of other things that go into making a movie besides just generating clips. But this is big news for folks who are AI enthusiasts. Before, Sora users who wanted to include Disney characters in their AI videos would have to get a little creative. So they would have to say something like, Sora, make me a video of two sisters in an ice castle, one with blonde hair and one with red hair. Now, because of this deal, they'll be able to just say, make me a video of Anna and Elsa. So the ability to request videos by using those specific character names is a big change, especially because AI companies have a lot of guardrails in place that try and prevent you from making videos of protected characters or celebrities' likenesses who haven't agreed to have their likenesses used in that way.
Okay, and speaking of those protections, that leads me into my next question. Is there a way for Disney to also protect its IP by giving fans who are already making this AI generated content a way to make money off of it?
This is definitely a way for Disney to maintain some control over how its characters are used in AI generated content. We know that copyright owners like Disney have been very concerned with how their intellectual property is used by AI companies.
Mhm.
Disney has sued other AI companies, alleging that these AI companies aren't doing enough to stop its users from creating videos with their protected characters. So this deal is important for both Disney and OpenAI to help them find some common ground and set some rules. OpenAI and Disney both said they share a commitment to respecting the rights of creators and working to prevent people from potentially creating illegal or abusive AI content. We'll have to see how this partnership shakes out over the next 3 years, but for right now, this helps Disney keep one hand on the wheel.
And speaking of content, do you think this could also be a testing ground? And again, it could be too early. We've got 3 years to see how this develops and what it develops into. But could this be testing ground for Disney to make its own AI generated movie down the line?
AI filmmaking was not explicitly included in the deal announcement, but it does say that Disney's $1 billion investment will bring AI tools like ChatGPT to Disney employees. Now, more than likely, we won't see an entirely AI-generated Disney film anytime soon. And part of that is because while these AI video tools are very impressive, they aren't perfected enough to create an entire movie at the high standard we tend to associate with Disney. And this could definitely change down the line. We're going to have to wait and see how Disney ends up implementing these AI tools, but I wouldn't expect to see an entirely AI generated Disney film anytime soon.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the nitty-gritty that, you and I naturally are interested in. But of course, for Sora users, they want to know, when is this set to launch? When can they start using what they're reading about?
Soon. OpenAI and Disney have said that Sora and ChatGPT users should expect to see these capabilities being possible in early 2026. I imagine they're using the next couple of weeks to get everything perfected behind the scenes, but it shouldn't be too long.
All right. Okay. And then this is the fun question of the segment. If there's any Disney character you want to use to make your story, what would it be?
I'm really curious to see how realistic these Disney AI characters are going to be. I've tested a lot of creative AI models, and some of them are really good, and some of them are really horrible. Like, it just depends on the model you're choosing and the day you're using them. So, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how closely we can mimic these iconic Disney characters. One of the first tests I usually give an AI model is I ask them to generate either an image or a video of a library. And libraries are actually deceptively hard for AI to generate because there's a lot of detail and a lot of overlapping elements. So I'm excited to see if I can create a Sora video of the magical library from Beauty and the Beast, which was my favorite movie growing up.
Okay, you'll have to keep us posted on your results. Is there anything that is important for viewers to understand about this deal that I didn't ask you explicitly?
I would add that it's subject to board approval.
Okay.
So it's not technically finalized yet, but Uh, I imagine that's just a matter of process and a matter of time.
Okay. Well, this is good. We got the details we need. We're getting close to being able to use it. It's waiting board approval. You're going to see if it's up to the challenge of creating the library from Beauty and the Beast. So we have touched on all the points. CNET's Katelyn Chedraoui, we thank you. And it feels like we'll be doing an update. We'll be checking in with you not too long from now.
Absolutely.
Caitlin, thank you.
Thank you.